We're gonna take 5 minutes here at the truck and figure out where we're gonna camp tonight. It's just after 8. We've got till about 10 before it gets dark. So it gives us about an hour and a half because we'll need an hour or a half hour to set up camp. Oh, ho, ho, ho. All right. And we might move too, just so we're not in these guys' way.
You won't believe what Matt Brown from Alaskan Bush People is up to now after the scandal that nearly ended everything. From reality TV star to shocking new beginnings, this is a comeback you never saw coming. Matt Brown's journey since leaving Alaskan Bush People has been both tumultuous and inspiring. A story of addiction, betrayal, isolation, and ultimately self-redemption through life's simpler pleasures. Once a central figure on the popular Discovery Channel reality series, Matt's absence from the screen has been as newsworthy as his time in front of the cameras in 2016. Amid escalating struggles with alcohol, Matt checked into rehab for the first time. Reflecting on the experience, he admitted, "I could see myself spiraling. I was more withdrawn. Things didn't excite me the way they used to." His battle wasn't merely personal. It emerged publicly in 2018 when he alleged that producers supplied his family with drugs and misrepresented their off-grid lifestyle for the sake of drama. Despite the acknowledgement of his addiction, his path wasn't smooth. Reports surfaced about a second rehab stint in late 2017 and troubling legal allegations from 2 women accusing him of sexual assault. These unverified charges remain in public discourse, and his relationship with his family became increasingly strained, so much so that his father, Billy Brown, reportedly said, would rather lose him from home for a little while than lose him forever. A withdrawal from reality TV. And the tabloid frenzy. Matt went absent from the show after season 8, choosing to remain in California. When his family relocated to Washington State in 2018 to Stractify, he turned down the cameras to focus on his struggles and his sobriety, away from the public eye. Meanwhile, tabloids and fans speculated wildly. Did he disappear completely? Did rehab finally get the best of him? The truth was more complex than conspiracy theories. Though estranged from his family, Matt quietly began building a new life rooted in sobriety and simplicity. Rebuilding with purpose, recovery, creativity, and independence. Since leaving the limelight, Matt has pursued a path defined by introspection, nature, and personal redemption. According to the Cinemaholic, Matt lived a quieter life near his family's ranch in the North Cascades, forging a new identity through vlogging. His YouTube channel, started in 2019, offers raw, unfiltered glimpses into his rustic life, wilderness survival, solo camping under the stars, and lessons learned from his retreats into nature. Fans have embraced this shift. One comment on his YouTube reads, "You, my friend, are the only true Brown. I love watching your content." Another adds, "This is confirmation if we slowly, diligently work towards success, we will get there." Echoing Matt's own candid posts about progress and sobriety. In addition to vlogging, he tends orchards, watering plants and reflecting on his journey, and has taken up drawing, clay work, and beekeeping, channeling creativity and patience into his everyday life. Recently, he prepared for a winter wilderness adventure, demonstrating expert outdoor gear knowledge, like a secured tent with dual exits to protect from predators such as wild cats, and set out for a solitary winter stay in the mountains. His Instagram is another space where the transformation shines. Posts celebrate sobriety milestones, a 2-year sober chip, for example, along with scenic hikes, rusted treasures, and quieter pleasures. Remaining estranged, but sometimes healing bridges are built. Family relationships remain fragile. Matt's brother Bear once acknowledged their distance bluntly. "Matt's been doing his own thing. I don't really see him much these days. Still, there have been soft moments." His parents, though publicly supportive, seemed to respect his decision to step away until he felt stable enough to return. Matt visited their ranch in Washington for a week, marking a tentative rapprochement. Still, for now, he remains independent, finding solace in nature, personal crafts, and an audience that values authenticity over spectacle. Hope, skepticism, and support. Online fan communities reflect a mixture of empathy and lingering suspicion. One user on Reddit noted, "I follow him on Instagram. He posts very regularly. Seems to be doing really well. He's sober now." I know that others have expressed concern over old rumors or frustrated about the family's opacity. A darker thread of conversation reveals ongoing skepticism around the allegations. One comment asserts that Matt raped 2 women he worked with in 2018, calling it a rabbit hole and railing at the lack of visibility into resolution. It underscores how unverified allegations can linger, muddying public perceptions long after the events. Yet, for many, Matt's honesty and perseverance form a different narrative, one centered on personal growth. In Factual America's profile, Matt is portrayed as having significantly less financial stability than his siblings, an estimated net worth of around $100,000, yet committed to mental health, authenticity, and transformation, sobriety, and support, maintaining long-term recovery. With active sharing of milestones and reflections on avoiding unrealistic expectations and emotional triggers, outdoor adventurer and creator producing wilderness vlogs, survival tips, winter camping journeys, and gear walkthroughs, reaching followers who appreciate authenticity, creative expression, engaging in beekeeping, drawing, clay crafting, and nature-based explorations, activities that help feed his sense of purpose beyond fame, independent living and work, tending an orchard, occasionally traveling to Washington State, and largely living off-grid or in rustic settings, far minimal family contact though estranged from his siblings. There have been small gestures toward reconnecting. Relationships remain complicated but are not shut off entirely. There's something magnetic about Matt's story. A reality star who chose solitude over sensationalism, who admitted his flaws publicly, and who chose slow redemption rather than fast fame. In an era defined by curated personas and Instagram highlight reels, Matt Brown offers a different kind of narrative, one of healing, solitude, authenticity, and ongoing struggle. His journey resonates with anyone who's ever gone astray and tried to walk back home, even if home is a metaphoric or physically pacified place. And even with unverified rumors shadowing the headlines, his focus on sobriety, nature, and creativity is a quiet rebuke to the chaos that once defined him, a turning point leaving Alaskan bush people. For fans who followed Alaskan bush people from its early years, Matt Brown's departure after season 7 felt abrupt and for some disorienting. Behind the scenery and survival challenges, Matt was wrestling with serious addiction and personal demons. According to his Discovery Channel bio, Matt was into mechanics, drawing, even Sanskrit, and had taken up beekeeping as part of his connection with nature, but that facade hid at around age 30. Matt found himself in the grip of alcohol addiction, fueled by bad company, and eventually recognized he needed help. He left Alaska for California to check into the renowned Betty Ford Center. It was a marked departure not only from his family's off-grid life but sobriety and self-reliance. Tools of survival. In the years that followed, Matt prioritized sobriety and rebuilding his identity on his terms. He celebrated milestones, publicly marking a 2-year sober anniversary, for instance, and emphasized recovery as foundational to his new life path. Factual America podcast. He eventually moved to Loomis, Washington, a remote cabin not far from the family's North Star Ranch, where he quietly built a life grounded in nature. He sells his time tending orchards, hiking Chapaka Mountain, and camping under the stars. This is a stark contrast to his TV persona, but true to his love of wilderness and independence. Speaking out, YouTube, creativity, and a new audience. Matt didn't go silent. In 2019, he launched a YouTube channel not for fame but to document his personal transformation. His videos capture survival skills, reflections, and the honesty viewers appreciated in him. Recent vlogs feature wilderness exploits in Chapaka, survival gear demos, and even trap setups, anchoring his identity not as a reality star, but as a self-reliant pioneer. Beyond video, creative expression became part of his recovery. Drawing, clay modeling, and beekeeping helped fill the emotional void left by fame and family estrangement. The scandal that changed it all. Allegations and fallout. Matt's retreat wasn't just about distance, it followed serious allegations. In 2020, 2 women accused him of sexual assault, allegedly occurring in 2018 when he was intoxicated. Reports say Lapt and the LA District Attorney's Office reviewed the case, but no prosecution ensued. Reflect how this altered public perception, even among loyal fans. Matt is a recovered alcoholic. Maybe someday there could be a reconciliation. He is by far the most normal one of the bunch. Being independent is the best thing he can do for himself. At the same time, some family members like Snowbird remain distant. Snowbird said now that she does not associate herself or talk with Matt in any way. Estranged but influential. Fan response and social presence. Despite the scandal, Matt's online presence continues to attract attention. With over 200,000 Instagram followers and tens of thousands of YouTube subscribers, his journey resonates with many struggling with addiction, separation, or both. Fans describe him as authentic, grounded, and brimming with resilience. One user wrote he's a consistently positive influencer, now on social media and YouTube. Yet, there's lingering tension. Fans and family alike wrestle with the impact of the allegations and Matt's subsequent distance. Matt has no plans to return to Alaskan bush people. As of mid-2025, the show remains cancelled after 14 seasons, with legal disputes over Billy Brown's estate and stalled spin-off discussions. Bear Brown hinted at a behind-the-scenes spin-off, but Matt hasn't engaged with those developments. Now 39, he lives a simple life in a watercolor-painted cabin in Loomis, Washington. He sustains himself through farm work, orchards, and solo adventures. Recent posts show him on hikes up Chapaka Mountain, celebrating sober milestones and embracing minimalism. Clive Health. His social media habits reflect continued healing. In March 2025, he marked 2 years clean, sharing intimate check-ins with followers about his routines and mental health, forming a grassroots support community. Factual America podcast has largely estranged from his siblings. Some attempts at reconnecting happened, like a brief visit to the family ranch, but by and large, Matt's presence in Brown family updates is non-existent. Matt Brown's story, amid scandal and estrangement, shows that sometimes the most compelling narratives aren't about fame but recovery, reflection, and finding peace in the wilderness. His not rebuilding a brand, his rebuilding himself. I really enjoyed it. You're still living your best life. Your videos are restful and chilly but isolated. Camping at its finest. His journey from alcohol and allegations to solitude and survival skills creates a narrative of redemption that resonates with anyone who's fallen and fought to rise again.